What's up, guys? The Flutter Kick. Now, it is one of the most butchered movements in the gym, along with other things such as V-ups and other core type exercises. Now, Flutter kicks, you see all the time in training. Many of you guys do these on a daily basis or a weekly basis, and it causes a lot of back and hip discomfort. Right? You might feel that popping or that snapping in the front of the hip. You might feel those hip flexors really taking over to work super hard. You might feel that pressure through the low back and kind of like that pain and stiffness in that low back as you finish with this exercise. Guys, that's because you're doing it wrong. And that's because you're really defaulting more to an extension-based stability strategy through that core versus using the abs the way that we need to use the abs during that movement, so that you can really target that midline the way you need to. Remember, the flutter kick is just a progression off of the dead bug and off of the hollow hold, right? It's a way that we can challenge the system to then, remember, it's the same fundamental principles of ribs down and creating that nice stable foundation through the midline, so that you can be strong elsewhere, right? And that's what we're trying to challenge during that flutter kick. Now, often athletes want to do the flutter kick, but they forget about the whole stability piece and forget about being strong through that midline, or it's just super difficult for them, right? Their back gets super arched up off the ground, and we see a lot of compensations. So now, when you go into that flutter kick, okay, your low back should be glued to the ground. You should not be able to fit even a piece of paper underneath that on the lower back, okay? So squeeze the rib cage down to get nice and hollow. Keep the legs straight. And then you should be able to maintain that back as you do those flutter kicks, okay? So now, if you're able to do this, it's an excellent way to progress the midline and progress the core and actually working on some things that often would then cause low back pain, but it'll actually help you prevent low back pain in the future. But if you're forgetting those fundamental pieces, you might be getting low back pain because of it, because you're in that extension-based strategy. So guys, take this, look at that flutter kick, okay? And if you can do it right, I want you to really feel what it feels like to do right. And remember, this is a transfer exercise. This is the same fundamental strategy you need to take into your squats, deadlifts, overhead press, or that same ribs down so that you can feel what it feels like on the ground and extrapolate it out so you can be strong elsewhere. So guys, this is Dr. Tansini, Dr. Tank here at Ground Overhead PT. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to the channel. This is your daily body armor. Come at you or come back tomorrow and we'll keep you rolling then. See you guys.